We've got a birthday to celebrate. The Corsa is 40 years old this year. And to celebrate its birthday, it's received some special treatment. It's been all dolled up and added some red lipstick. Hang on, wait a minute. There, that's better. Now I look the part as well as the Anniversary Edition Corsa. So actually, Vauxhall Corsa isn't quite 40 years old, because you see, Vauxhall didn't take the name Corsa until 1993. So the Vauxhall Corsa celebrates its 30th birthday next year. And I know that for certain because, well, so do I. Me and the Vauxhall Corsa are the same age. Before that time, we knew the Vauxhall Corsa as the Nova.
'Cause Tony's got a new motor, SR Nova, driving like a joyrider.
So this limited edition car will have a lot of things that reminisce about the Vauxhall Nova, which was actually the Corsa-e in all other markets.
Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to the world of the new Corsa, and a very exciting world it is.
At its height of popularity, the Corsa became the best-selling car in the world in 1998, recording 910,839 sales, with assembly operations in 4 continents, and was sold under 5 marques with 5 different body styles. By 2022, over 18 million Corsas have been sold globally. The Anniversary Edition will be exclusively the electric variant of the Super Mini, and with that it's priced just over £31,000. It's hard to compare prices with that of existing models because Vauxhall have actually removed the other models off of their website, but it'll be priced around the same as the existing top spec model. Specification is really good, including a digital instrument cluster, a surround parking camera, heated seats and a heated steering wheel, cruise control with lane assist and satellite navigation, just to name a few. So in today's video, we're going to be finding out what's different about this Anniversary Edition car. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you like new car reviews and car content, then hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's get into what makes this car the Anniversary Edition. The first thing is this colour. It comes exclusively in this record red paintwork. It's really pretty striking, and this is reminiscent of the record red that the Vauxhall Nova was released in. It also gets a contrasting black roof with matching contrasting wing mirrors, and the Vauxhall badges on the front and the back are also finished in gloss black. And just to give it an extra touch of detail, Corsa is now written out across the tailgate rather than being on the left-hand side. To finish off that gloss black exterior styling, it rides on a set of 17-inch gloss black alloy wheels, which actually also have these little matte grey plastic inserts. Now, these aren't the first time that we've seen these alloy wheels. They were first released on the Crossland, and they're also available on the Vauxhall Astra. They're pretty nice, and you might not like these plastic bits, but they do actually pop off if you wanted to have just gloss black wheels. And you can also order them in different colours, so you could get these in red instead and switch them out. It's quite a cool idea if you want a quick way to customise your alloy wheels. The Vauxhall Corsa has been the UK's best-selling car for a while now, and that means that if you go outside, they're just about everywhere. Now, despite only having its facelift in 2019, that means we've become very familiar with the new styling of the Vauxhall Corsa. It certainly looks a lot better than it did before, but I guess it's starting to look just a tiny bit stale. However, these really nice additions from the limited edition car with that paintwork, the contrasting black, makes the spoiler really stand out. It's a really nice addition to make this anniversary feel just a little bit more special. But the changes are purely cosmetic. It still has the same amount of space, and that means inside the boot you've got just over 300 litres. That's not bad by Super Mini standards. You can fit your weekly shop in here. However, it does lose out to some rivals very slightly by not having an adjustable boot floor, which means your cables don't really have anywhere to live. And it's a similar story in the rear. Space remains unchanged. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, because by electric super mini classes, the electric Corsa is more than sufficient, but you won't want to be carrying people in the back here for long journeys. The headspace is not great and the legroom is also not that great, but also you don't get any USB ports, or you haven't got a centre armrest either, which is just a little bit of a shame. But if you're not using this as a family car, it's more than sufficient. Inside the Anniversary Edition Corsa, and here's where things get very cool. I love a tartan interior, and I miss all of those jazzy interiors we used to have in the 90s and the 80s. And apparently, so did Vauxhall, so they've brought it back. We have got a homage to the Vauxhall Nova's interior inside this Anniversary Edition. You've got kind of the original Corsa seats, but then they're wrapped in this tartan red, grey, white material. I really, really love them. You've also got some kind of leather effect running around the outsides as well, so they're going to wear a lot better than perhaps some of the old interiors. You also get a very cool little plaque with the 40 on there to let you know we're celebrating the anniversary. And then you have the model number, which is very, very cool on this car because it's 0001. So this is the first model that will be released out of the 1000. What drives the Vauxhall Corsa-e Anniversary Edition has actually remained unchanged, although recently the Vauxhall Corsa-e, just like the Peugeot and some of the other models in the Stellantis range, had a battery update to just make them slightly more efficient. And this means that the Anniversary Edition and all of the current Vauxhall Corsa-es get a range of 222 miles, which is pretty impressive. It's got a 100 kilowatt motor and also a 50 kilowatt hour battery, and together those produce 136 brake horsepower. Pretty nippy. Now it may not have any VXR power, but actually 136 brake horsepower is a bit quicker than some of the original Vauxhall Corsas and Vauxhall Novas. And because of its electric power, as soon as you pop your foot down, you get that instant torque and that instant acceleration. So it might not be a VXR version, but it's actually still pretty impressive. Other things on this car have remained unchanged as well, and that includes things like the steering, suspension, and that's not a bad thing because the Vauxhall Corsa-e hits a bit of a sweet spot. The steering is well weighted, but it's also quite light for that city driving. You can dart it around town and it feels more than comfortable. And also the suspension is good as well. It's not too hard that it sends shocks through your spine, but it's also not soft and plushy. It suits the car. As well as watching car reviews, you lot do like to consider yourselves as the fashion police. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone's already mentioned about my socks. Well, joke's on you, because actually, for every anniversary edition of the Vauxhall Corsa you buy, you also get this little gift box. And inside this gift box, you will find 4 pairs of socks, which are finished in the interior detailing of the original Vauxhall Nova. Pretty cool, right? Over the last 30 years, Vauxhall has proven the popularity of the Corsa, and that's also been apparent in recent years, with its facelift in 2019. In 2021, it topped the charts for the UK's best-selling car, and it looks set to do the same this year as well. And in fact, in May of this year, it actually received the award for the best-selling electric super mini. But is the Anniversary Edition version of the Corsa worth the extra money? Well, I think if you want a good electric super mini and you like Vauxhall's history, then why not? Grab a bit of that history, get one of these 1000 models, and you get those nice extras like this limited edition paintwork and that very cool nod to the Vauxhall Nova interior. Plus, let's not forget the socks. They've got to be worth, well, at least £1,000 in themselves. The only problem is I can't help but feel just a little bit disappointed that with the petrol and diesel models starting to leave the market, they didn't do one last hurrah to a performance model. we could have had one last Vauxhall Corsa VXR, and that would have been fantastic, instead of this electric version. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but it would have been nice to have one last performance option. But let me know, what do you think of the anniversary edition of the Vauxhall Corsa? Are you thinking of buying one? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button. Until next time guys, see you later.